Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's presentation. This week, we are going to discuss pets. Pets, animals that live with you. It's a great conversation, great lesson. You'll have a lot of activities if you want to do them, if you want to work on it independently to prepare, you can do it. And then during class, we're going to have a great discussion. Okay, so let's jump into it right now. Let's jump into it. Let's start. So, man's best friend. Man's best friend. So, what or who is man's best friend? What do you think? Okay, so right now we're going to listen to a few people talk about having a pet. And, we will read these, we will interpret them. And if we want to decide if these people are for or against having a pet. Okay, so let's just decide. Okay, so this guy here says, I don't want to clean up after it. So to clean up means to, when the animal does something and makes a mess, maybe, goes potty or breaks something or something, you have to clean it up. Okay. Now the next one says, I'm allergic to fur. So fur is like the hair that animals have. So is this lady for or against having a pet? Now this third lady says it. So when we talk about pets, a lot of people say he or she, depending on whether the pet is male or female, but generally we say it. So he or she is for humans and it is for animals. So it can help you make new friends. Okay, do you agree? Do you disagree? Why? Okay, so we're going to talk about this in our Zoom class. This lady, she says, I'm very busy at work, so I don't have much free time. Okay, so explain this. Why is she for or against a pet? You will be healthier and live longer. Okay, this is, she says that if you will have a pet, you will be healthier and live longer. Then Maria says that. Now, Anne right here says it reduces stress. So stress is when you're very nervous, you're very worried. So it says pets reduce stress. Food, true or false? Food and medicine are very expensive. Okay, that's what she says. Well, that's what Eve says. Okay, agree, disagree. And you get a lot of exercise. That's what Marcus says. Marcus says you get a lot of exercise if you have a pet, maybe certain types of pets, maybe dogs, you can get a lot of exercise. You go to the park a lot, you go walk, you go run. Okay, so we're going to ask these questions. Do you have a pet? Why not? Can you think of other reasons for or against having a pet? Okay, reasons for, reasons against. Okay, so you're going to work on this with your partner. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of listening here. Okay, well, actually, we won't do it here. We will do it during class. So this is going to be the listening. So don't worry about number 2. Okay, now we're going to listen and we're going to answer these questions. Now, number 3 is a grammar point that we studied a few weeks ago. And it's always good to review. So I'm not going to explain this again. It's the used to. For example, I used to study. I used to study business. It means in the past, it was usual for me, or in the past, it was normal. It was a normal habit to study business. I used to think. In the past, it was normal for me to think. So all of this is, if you don't remember it, you can study the sentences here in number 3, okay, and choose the option, okay, choose the correct answer for the rule for used to. Now here we have the table. We have a lot of examples and how we do it. If you don't remember, study the table. Okay. And then, we'll build sentences like this. Okay. So perfect. Okay. And then we will build sentences like this in class. All right. So more practice. Number 4, you can do this before or after the lesson. Okay. If you have time for homework. Now the speaking, we will do this in class. Okay. We will do this in class, all the speaking. So here I'm going to explain the words. Okay. So here we have pets. We know that pets are animals that live with us. Okay. And so, so the first thing that we will do is we will look at this table right here, and you will fill this out. Okay. So here the name, pet 1 was what was the pet? Okay. So you're going to think of 3 pets that you had. Dogs, cats, birds, hamsters, fish, maybe pony, like a horse. Okay. A parrot, any pet. Okay. Think of pets. Okay. So think of 3 pets that you or someone that you know. If you didn't have pets, you can think of a friend. Okay. Or maybe a family member who had a pet, and then answer these questions. It lived. Okay. Where did it live? Okay. In a cage, in the house, outside. What did it eat? Did it eat meat, fruit and vegetables, seeds, others? Was it friendly, shy, sleepy? The cost, how much did it cost? A lot of money, a little bit of money. What did it need? It needed a lot of exercise, a lot of attention. Okay, what were the needs? So here you will write, pretty much write down what it needed. And the problems, were you or was someone allergic to it? Was the animal dirty? Was the pet dirty? Was it dangerous? Okay, so it can be the same pet. It can be a dog, 3 different dogs. It can be a dog, a cat, any other ones. Okay, and then we will have these questions. Okay, so you will, with a partner, you will ask, did your pet used to live in the house? Did pet number 1 used to live in the house? Okay, and then okay, and then we can also ask, where did your pet used to live? So it can be yes, no questions, but also open questions. Where did your pet used to live? Where did your pet used to live? Okay. So we'll ask all of these questions right here. All of these questions. Okay. Did your pet used to eat meat? Okay, so I'm going to write this question here because it's important for you to see it so that you can be ready for this. Did your pet, or did pet number 1 used to eat meat? Okay. Or maybe you already know that pet number 1 was a dog. So did your dog used to eat meat? Used to eat meat. So that can be one question. Yes, no. Okay. Or what did your dog used to eat? Okay. So here we're going to make questions, and we're going to ask our partner about all of these questions here. Okay. All of these right here will be in conversation mode. Yes, no questions, or open questions. What, where, who, why, etc. Okay. And you're going to talk about your pets in general. Okay. So this is it. These are the questions. And then we will also answer these questions. Which pet was the easiest? Which one caused the most problems? Would you like to have any of these pets in the future? Why or why not? So you'll discuss this in pairs, okay, in a very nice, positive environment. Okay, so number 6 this will probably be your homework for after class. Okay, if you want to do it before, of course you can, but this is homework because we can't do everything in class. So we do the speaking in class, and then we do all the writing, and all the grammar and all that stuff. We do that later. Okay, so this is it. And then we're going to talk a little bit about, some extra words related to pets. Okay, all of these. So a bed, we know this. Bed is where you sleep. A kennel is like a house for a pet. A brush, for the fur, for the fur, use a brush. Okay, so we have this. So this is lead. They call it a lead, or we also call it a leash. Okay, so I guess lead is maybe the British one, but we call it leash. Okay, so the leash. Okay, or lead here. A collar is what you put around the neck of the animal. Microchip, interesting, a microchip. Okay, so this is the microchip goes under the skin sometimes, and it helps you if you lose your dog, then they can find the dog. Okay, or maybe it just has information about the dog. Okay, the microchip. So it's a small chip, and sometimes it goes inside the body. Okay, food, easy, and toy. Toy is something that you use to play. Okay, so first you can do this vocabulary, and we're going to discuss these questions. Okay, so so do you think all of these things are necessary if you have a dog? Which ones are necessary? Which ones are not necessary? And some people even dress their dogs in special clothes. Is this a good idea? Why not? Okay, so we're going to have all of these questions, everyone. So this is going to be a great lesson about pets, about animals, and then a little bit of grammar too. We are reviewing the used to, okay, because we'll need that for the conversation. So great, have a good time studying. If you have any questions, write them down, and you can ask me during class. Okay, we can ask me, and I will answer them for you. Okay, everyone, enjoy, and I will see you in the Zoom session.